Good morning. I'm in Tampa at the ale house over here, which it's in a strip center. It's a little different than the rest of them. I walked through the store with Kim, the manager on duty. Showed me to multiple places. A lot of them seem to be around AC units. Some of them are condensation problems. We have some on this outside edge. This would be, my directions are a little turned around, but the sun's over that way, so I'm believing this is something to the southwest side. Anyway, we got a few places right where she showed me downstairs. When I came up on top here, I actually found some soft spots in the, this should have metal decking with the insulation. It's probably, I think it's like 18 foot from the back door in, but there's a couple places where it's actually soft. See a couple blisters like this here, you know, where the modified, yeah, right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the roof is actually soft right in there, so the insulation's breaking down a little bit. I don't know if it has a recovery board. I haven't done a test cut yet. The system is, it appears to be pretty old. You know, it's a modified hot mop system. More than likely maybe a 2 or 3 ply fiberglass, and then a modified cap sheet on top. And you know, a lot of the seams are separating. You know, you're getting the seams. You know, just when you see the cracks, that's, you know, that's just the allegation of the asphalt. That, I mean, that's a normal occurrence. It's just it looks like maybe somebody did a test cut there or patched it back. You know, the modified shrinking away from the gravel stops. You can notice right there on the edge where it's you know, it's about 1 inch back. Modified actually shrinks over time. Flashing details. You know, it's got a 2-piece flashing thing here. It looks like it's, you know, had multiple repairs over the years. On the ACs, some of the flashing details need to be addressed. You know, I see patches here and there. Some of them look like they were done by professionals, and then other ones look like somebody just came up here and put some cold process or emulsion or something down all these seams, which, you know, does absolutely nothing for you unless you know, embed some kind of membrane and make a system. The AC units, if we end up doing the system, a new system on here, a coating, we wouldn't have to raise the units because we're not changing the system. Putting a new system on there, a few of these units would have to be raised up, which this unit here, let's see what number it is, if it has a number on it here somewhere. She stated that this has been an ongoing problem with this. It's right next to the new one on the far left. This unit appears to be sick. When I say sick, I mean it's you know, it's early in the morning and it is just dripping condensation everywhere, you know, from just kicking on. So obviously this guy here is, I mean, all the way around it. It's dripping from out the inside, coming down the wall right there and stuff like that. Condensation line is not plugged up here. It's not plugged up here, but you know, the trap is full, but it's not draining correctly. You can see where the sweat's been on the side of it. You know, so you definitely need to check on this unit. It will need a system on it. Whether it needs one right this moment, I don't know. Most of the places that she showed me inside coincide with basically the placement of the ACs or within 30 feet of the trunk line. I'll go downstairs and pop some ceiling tile out and take a look in there too. But you got, you know, had people up here trying to do some repairs, which basically they just came up here and looked for the, you know, you know, just the edge of the thing, put some cement around it. But then if you go over here, you see your counter flashing is not even up. You basically can see right into the curb there. And when they set the unit on, which is no big deal, but the flange is bent down in there, and so the water's running back to it each day when it's sitting there, and that's on a new unit. There's multiple places where they've just, you know, put little patches here and there, little piece of modified. Someone's done a little bit around this one here. Must have been a roofer. They actually used some modified and some, you know, cement membrane down there. But you know, most of the time you don't get the leaks on the outside of the flashing. Normally that's not the case. Normally the leaks are around the corners or the tops or on the sides, because the original roof goes up the wall before you ever put that counter flashing on. So when you put this around the outside edge, if there's a leak there, sometimes it just makes, which I'll show you over here, it just actually makes it worse. It blisters up because let me find the place over here. I found a bad one. It makes a pocket because then there's nowhere for the water to get out. Speaking just as that right there. That right there is, you know, it's a pocket of water. And, you know, that's not coming from the bottom and going up. That's leaking in the top there, which, so let's, if we investigate, okay, got rust right there. So that's an ongoing stream of water coming down right there. So more than likely right inside of that counter flashing, water's going behind the wall flashing and making a pocket. Might not even be leaking. The reason it doesn't leak is, you know, it's just because it's on top. Yeah, it's full of water. There's just, like I say, I'll put this together for you. It's you know, it's definitely time to do something with it. You know, I don't know if you want to go with a coating system, a re-roof, or a roof over. You know, because if this unit's only got one roof on it, we can recover this. We can put a recovery board over the top and put a TPO system. Is one of the most economical ways of doing it, and also it prevents the tear-offs. Tear-offs is always the number one way of doing it, but then you go into the problem of, you know, having the system open and stuff like that. Adds a little more probability to the job. But like I say, either way, you will need to do something with the system before long. But I think at least 50% of the water that's occurring inside is from AC units. And not that I'm trying to throw stuff on AC units, because I mean, I go through this all the time. But it's just, you know, 35 years of doing this and dealing with it, you know, every day. You start to see that. And I'll take a moisture gauge and I'll run around and do some spots here and see where it's hot. I don't have my thermal imaging with me today, but I do have a gauge that I can actually check the temperature, and it basically just reads the moisture in different areas. So in the leak areas, I can see what the readings are. It's about 8:30 right now. These units here are just kicking on, which, you know, you can see this guy here too. This guy here, you know, you can see there's been a lot of water. Just a lot of water draining out of there. You know, it's a constant, everyday thing. And it appears that this guy here, you know, the line's hooked up, the traps hooked up. You see, if I can get in here. You know, it's got water in it, so it should draw. It should draw out of there. This guy here, a little loose, or almost not even hooked together. Stick that back together there. So, you know, it's these restaurants are, you know, we run into that a lot. You know, I've been dealing with it. Now that one there, this is the new one. I don't know how that drains correctly because it doesn't have enough rise really right there to make the water suck and go. But you know, the doors are open constantly, in and out. There's a little bit of a soft spot right there. You see the moisture setting in there. I don't think that's a pocket from overnight. I think what it is it's just built up water underneath. This is right at an end lap. Yeah, there's actually a little bit of water squeezing out of that guy. Anyway, this is the L house. This is what you have. You know, somebody's done repairs on the unit next door, but that has nothing to do with this at this point.